was my concern, that you guys, you have to be me to do it.
I gotta be me.
Well, thank you for coming on and helping out.
I wanted to make sure it worked.
Thank you.
So Wayne, you saw about Stephen Sondheim, right? Yeah.
I did.
I think we're being recorded now. So
Okay, I just got notification that Facebook is live, so we are
Okay.
live.
Okay.
All right, and Karen Nyberg, if you have a problem, text me in case I'm not in front of the computer screen, okay?
Okay, thank you.
But your co-host, you should be able to do everything I can do at this point.
Perfect.
I'm putting you guys into speaker view. So if someone say something who's not me.
Hello.
Hello.
There we go.
okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I don't think it's working at speaker yet.
Karen, you know how to spotlight people, right?
I'll figure it out by the time we need to.
The 3 dots, otherwise I'll be jumping to anyone who's noisy.
Oh, got it. Okay.
He's
Well, we're
off,
going
but he
to
came
mute
on to
everybody.
watch with Lisa.
Okay,
Aw,
so we're going to be
nice.
starting. Thank you, Rabbi John, for your assistance. So everybody will be muted. If you are part of the committee, you're a co-host, so you are able to unmute yourself and then start talking and then mute yourself again. Understood?
Yes, thank you.
Great, you're
So I'm
welcome.
gonna go ahead and mute everyone now.
Okay, except me.
Well, you may have to unmute yourself here. Hold on, let me. Yeah, there you go.
All right. So let's get started. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome to our services this evening. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving surrounded by the people you care about. Tonight, our clergy and staff are with their families, celebrating some much needed time together. We are going to I'm going to co-lead the service. I'm Tina DeGan. I'll be sharing the service with other members of the congregation, and we have guest cantor Joel Stein. So Joel, I want to say a few words so people can see your face.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Nice
Okay.
to be here.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for being with us.
So tonight, we're focusing on the theme of gratitude because of Thanksgiving. And I was doing some reading. I read an article by Rabbi Eric Eisenkramer, who's from the Religious Action Committee, a Center of Reform Judaism. And he was basically outlining how Thanksgiving, which is a secular holiday, is closely aligned to many of the Judaic values in our traditions. Giving thanks is one of them. And during services this evening, we'll be giving thanks to God when we say the blessing over the wine and the challah. And we do so throughout the year at many holidays. And I think there's supposed to be 100 blessings a day that we give thanks for if you were an Orthodox Jew. 2 members of our congregation will be reciting poems that were written by contemporary rabbis later in the service. So tonight, let's start our prayer service by taking a deep breath in, and as we exhale, let the cares of the past week leave our body and cleanse our mind, getting ready for Shabbat. So take a deep breath in and exhale. Cantor Joel is going to lead us in Hinei Tov. If you have the Maksur, it's on page 128, and then we will do Romamu on page 135.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם ביחד, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב. יאללה לילה לילה לילה, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב. יאי ראי 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 ראי. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להקודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להקודשו. כי אדוני אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להקודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להקודשו.
Thank you, Cantor Joel. And now Mara Schulman will read a poem by Rabbi Naomi Levy.
The Thanksgiving Prayer. For the laughter of the children, for my own life breath, for the abundance of food on our tables, for the roof over our heads, the clothes on our backs, for our health and our wealth of blessings, for this opportunity to celebrate with family and friends, for the freedom to pray these words without fear in any language, in any faith, in this great country, whose landscape is as vast and beautiful as her inhabitants. Thank you, God, for giving us all these. Amen.
Thank you so much, Mira. We continue by welcoming the Sabbath Bride with Lecha Dodi. It's found on page, 138 in the prayer book. We will do the usual verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, and please stand for the last verse.
Lecha Dodi kakala, peni Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi kakala, peni Shabbat nekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד הוא שמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. lecha dodi יקרא קהלה פני שבת נקבלה. lecha dodi יקרא קהלה פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי היא מקור הברכה מראש מקדם בסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. lecha dodi יקרא קהלה פני שבת נקבלה. lecha dodi יקרא קהלה פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי 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 שידברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. lecha dodi יקרא קהלה פני שבת נקבלה. lecha dodi קרקלה, הנה שבת נקבלה. אוי ושלום, עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה, ובצוהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לחדודי נקרא קהלה, הנה שבת נקבלה, לחדודי נקרא קהלה, הנה שבת נקבלה.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner v'tzivanu lehadlik ner v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you. Let's hope everybody is spiritually ready to begin our communal prayers. If we could please rise. Cantor Joel will lead us in the Baruch Hu, followed by the Shema.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed HaMevorach Leolam Vaed. Remain standing for the Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Elohim Eloheinu
Adonai
Adonai
Echad.
Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. We continue on page 154 with the Ve'ahavta.
Can be seated.
Someone is not muted.
Yeah, Florence needs to mute herself.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת פעם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך וקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We continue with board member Lisa Sage and her partner Sarah Flores reading a poem by Rabbi Chaim Stern.
Thanksgiving prayer. For the good in us, which calls us to a better life, we give thanks. For the strength to improve the world with our hearts and our hand, we offer praise.
For the desire in us which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful.
For life and nature, harmony and beauty, for the hope of tomorrow, all praise to the source of being.
Thank you both. Next, we'll be singing the Micha Mocha with Cantor Joel. And when I was doing my reading earlier, I found out that the early pilgrims and the early Puritans felt a great connection with the ancient Israelites of the Old Testament. And the pilgrims likened their leaving England with the exodus of the Israelites out of Egypt. King James I, they considered Pharaoh. The crossing of the Atlantic Sea, they likened to crossing of the Red Sea. So I thought, well, we have a song of freedom, and perhaps as we sing this song, let's think about the pilgrims and their quest for religious freedom. Cantor Joel.
כמוך באלים אדוני, כמוך נדע בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלי, נורא תהילות אוסף אלי. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה, זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
At this time, we turn our thoughts to those who are struggling or coping with a physical, emotional, or mental illness, and those who are the caregivers of those who are ill. If you have a name that's not on our list, please add them to the chat. My apologies for any mispronunciations. On our Misha Baroff list, Jim Banlin, Richard Barrett, Bella Kane, Gil Cherish, Spiros Chiadis, Miles Dietz, Diane Fantel, Sharon Feist, George Gugazi, Bonnie Halpern, Bill Harris, Jessica Israelit, Sarah Knopf, Michael Levy, Ramon Lucindo, Adrienne Martizan, Jackie Jean Michaels, Bryn Pime, Herman Presby, Brandon Rapport, Wendy Rosenblum, Beverly Rosov, Marvin Sagerman, Gail Silva, Rose Sillerick, Esther Weissman, Eric Smith, Henny Weisvogel, Devorah Chaya Bat Miriam Zidov, Zvi Hillel Ben Ratzalah, Yeshayehu. We have Hillel Z. Baldwin, Jay Goldberg, Bruce Mendelson, Lieb Ben Ertz. Any other names? All right, please join Cantor Joel for Misha Berach.
שבירך אבותינו מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu nekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing, with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Thank you. Next, we will do the Amidah. So you will need to stand. It begins on page 164 in our prayer books and continues through page 180. This would be a good time if you're praying from your heart rather from the prayer book to think about the things in your life for which you are grateful. So please stand, and Cantor Joel will lead us in the next few prayers.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid teilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח מוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו משני עפר. אין כמוך על גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יעללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom, salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Ve'al kulam.
Thank you. I really love that melody. And next, it's my honor to invite Florence Ames to share a drash that she's prepared for us. So Florence, you're going to need to unmute yourself.
She's muted.
Lawrence, you're muted. Can you unmute yourself, please? There we go. Good.
Hello.
Florence, it's your turn. Florence, can you hear us? Florence?
I don't think
She's muted again. Karen, Tina, as host, can you unmute her?
Karen needs to do that. Karen, can you unmute her? She's unmuted. It's okay. Florence, you need to start talking. It looks like you're unmuted. Oh no, you're still
No,
muted.
she's still
No.
muted.
Still
And
muted.
I obviously she can't hear us.
There we go.
Okay,
There we go.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I'm having all kinds of technical problems. I'm on my cell phone, but I do want to read, and I hope you can hear it. What I planned on saying, Shabbat Shalom, dear friends and family. Thank you, Tina, for asking me to share some thoughts about the term Thanksgiving and its synonym, gratitude. To be grateful is to be thankful for the many blessings in our lives. For certain, expressing gratitude is at the heart of our religion, for which there are more than 600 blessings to address to God if we choose to say thank you. This past Tuesday night was my mother's yahrzeit, and it was also my maternal grandmother's frima for whom I am named. Thanksgiving was a bittersweet holiday for my mother, who was an 11-year-old child when her mother died, and she became the keeper of the big house. Nonetheless, my mother always made her holiday meals, and I wish to thank her now by reading my poem, My Mother's Special Dinners. My mother's special dinners. Now I realize how hard she worked in that small kitchen, not meant for serious cooking, no counter space except for the heavy enamel cover on top of the old sink's deep tub where she soaked our clothes, and I bent over its cold rim to wash my hair. So much preparation for those meals, the daily marketing trips to stores she walked to with her shopping cart, the heavy packages she carried up to our second floor apartment, the costly crystal stemware she carefully removed from the top shelf of the painted cabinet hung high on the kitchen wall, those thin goblets and glasses that needed to be washed to remove the coated grime, then dried by hand with an Irish linen dish towel. She spray ironed along with the damask tablecloth and matching napkins. She also starched. To be fit for her best dishes, she took down from more shelves beyond her reach, but reachable when she got up on the low ladder kept outside our back door. Then the silver mini wine goblets, the intricate triple candelabras would be cleaned with pink polish, job she rarely asked me to do, sparing me so I could study, but allowing me to set the table, which I learned to do in Girl Scouts and frequently referred to my green handbook to check the placement of the glassware and forks. I don't even remember thanking my mother for all her efforts, for the food she made from scratch, the chicken soup, matzo balls, krepla for which she ground the meat and rolled the dough, all the vegetables she peeled, the chickens and meats she bought at Simon's, the butcher she fought with to save a few cents, to be able to make her holiday meals the way she remembered her mother did. The mother. I'm sorry. The mother she lost at 11 and became my grandfather's keeper of the big house, a little girl who gave up her dolls to become the provider of foods, meals I would later have, not realizing the price my mother paid.
Thank you, Florence. As always, your images come to life, and I could really feel the love you have for your mother. It's shown through the poem. Thank you for sharing that with us.
I have a couple of announcements. First, thank you, Florence. That was very beautiful, and I really enjoyed your story. And Tina again, thank you for putting this together. It's always wonderful to be part of your lay-led service and for all you do for Tikvah, not just for tonight, but throughout the whole year. I mean, you are really amazing. And Cantor Joel, thank you for leading us in song and prayer tonight. It's really beautiful and spiritual. Next Friday, December 3rd, is our community Hanukkah and celebration Carnival Shabbat. The service that evening will be at 5:30 Bring your Hanukkah and candles. And then we'll join together for a yummy Hanukkah dinner, carnival games, music, prizes, and a latke cook-off. Bring a new unwrapped toy for our community partners, the West Valley Food Pantry. And I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Jerry Morgulan, and I know I pronounced that name wrong, Rick and Lisa Birnbaum, and our supporter, Marshall Financial Management. It's always a fun, fun night when we all get together and celebrate Hanukkah together. This Tuesday is Giving Tuesday. Please log on to, and it doesn't tell me where on here, but I'm assuming it's the website, tikvah.org. Also, I'm sure there'll be plenty of emails and Facebook posts and Instagram posts and just whatever you could give, whether it be $5, $500, $5,000. There's a matching fund. And I just hope everybody gives. I know we're always asking, but this is, you know, in order to survive, we need to keep giving and to have beautiful nights like tonight. A list of a couple of other things that are going on. There's a family field trip to the Scarborough Cultural Center, Sunday, December 12th at 12:30. Wednesday, December 15th, the Renaissance Group is meeting for drinks and drash. I know I'm too young to be part of it, but seeing the word drinks, I just might join you. Keep your eyes on emails and visit tikvah.org for all registrations and even more events. There's a lot coming up. We have poker coming up soon, which will be fun, and I'm actually chairing that event. I just thank you all for joining us tonight. Enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving weekend and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Wayne. Our thoughts now turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. If you have a name you'd like to add, please add it to the chat window. On our recently departed list, we have Gertrude Drucker, remembered by the Dorn and Drucker families. Donna Frankel, remembered by the Frankel and Schulman families. Betty Dunner, remembered by the Dunner family. Tina Jaffe, remembered by the Jaffe family. Sandra Goldstein, remembered by the Goldstein family. On our yahrzeit list, we have Marilyn Adler, Jess Blake, Arnold Block, Arthur Cohen, Shirley Conrad, Morris Epstein, Ida Evans, Paul Goldberg, Myron Cave, Carol Knopf, Ronald Kozloy, Adeline Levine, Les Morris, Ozra Nabi, Erie Perchik, Phyllis Rabney, S. Lee Rabney, Ann Rosner, Gertrude Sally, Raya Steinman, David Talman, Jeffrey Ian Weiss, Lane Jonathan Wesley, Samuel Abraham Wolfson, Beth Zerwick, and we also add Philip Wildman. If you're in the first 7 days of morning Shiva, please rise. If you're in the first 30 days of morning Shoshim, please rise. If you're in the first year of mourning, please rise. If you're observing a right yahrzeit, please rise. And if you're able to, please rise to show our support to the community. And the words of the Kaddish are in the shared window. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divra kirutei, ve'al nichma hutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayed dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala uv'izman kariv, v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam almei amaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shemet grishav richu le'alal min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. You may be seated.
Thank you, Sandy. It's time for a final song. We'll be singing Ose Shalom with Cantor Joel. So you can rise and hug the people you're with. If not virtually, you can hug me. I'm by myself tonight. So let's sing.
Ose shalom imroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom imroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom imroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom. Time to grab your wine for Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
And now, I don't know who has a challah, but I went to Bees and got one. So I wish I could share it with you all.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. So I
Shabbat
wanted,
shalom, everyone.
yeah, thank everybody who participated, people who are listening. I just feel like I have so much to be grateful for, especially with the Kol Tikvah community. So love you all. Thank you. And why don't you all unmute yourselves and we can talk to each other.